Hello guys, welcome back. You must be getting ready for your first ride or maybe your first ride in quite a few months. But at the same time, if you are a beginner, you might be thinking what are the essential riding gear that you should definitely have. And I'm going to tell you what exactly you should have. When you're looking to buy all that riding gear, you obviously must be thinking that your riding gear should be a lot stylish. Obviously, when you wear all the riding gear, you're definitely going to look stylish. But this is not just about style or good looks. The reason why I'm saying this is you might find a lot of cheap products which you might be tempting to buy at that particular price point. But do not fall for your cheap products. Everything that you buy for your riding gear should be having the proper safety norms. The riding gear what you wear should be able to take that impact. At the same time, some of the riding gear, they distribute the energy from the point of impact. Supposing the impact is on your hand, all the impact does not fall in that one particular area. When it's snugly fit with the best riding gear, that energy is actually spread out, so the impact on that particular area is significantly reduced. So this will reduce a lot of injuries. So just as a disclaimer, this is not any recommendation to any brand. There are hundreds of good brands out there, so it's up to you to go find out the right one for you. So ready? The first and the foremost important thing is your helmet. So I personally use this MT Revenge series helmet. For me, this is actually good. What I'm saying, for me it's actually good, for you it may be different. That's why, because the helmet, you're supposed to measure your head circumference and the right size of that helmet also. You're supposed to correlate both, and more importantly, you should wear and you should find if it fits snugly. What I'm saying snugly, when you wear the helmet and try to shake it, your head should be proportionally shaking with the helmet. It should not be that the head is shaking towards one side and the helmet moves slowly, which means the helmet is actually loose and it's not going to serve the purpose. So get the best helmet possible. You can get a reasonably good helmet at the price point of 5,000 rupees, and then the price keeps going high. You don't need to think about those extreme stuff if you're just starting to purchase your new gear. At the same time, the certifications are important. When I say certifications, you have the Indian certifications, ISI, but at the same time you might find a lot of helmets on the streets also which have the label ISI, so you don't know which exactly is safe enough. So what exactly you should see is the DOT and the ECE certification. So DOT is nothing but the Department of Transportation of USA, and ECE is Economic Commission of Europe, which means it is European. So these two are the most commonly used foreign certifications for any helmet available in India. So that also certifies the durability and the resistance that the helmet can take following an impact. And additionally, you may look for some air vents also, which may be useful when you're going on long rides. It can let in some airflow so that your head does not sweat or that heat does not build up inside your head. So these are the basics to get a helmet. Look for the size, wear it and see if it snugly fits you. At the same time, you must have adequate vents and look for proper certifications about the quality of the helmet. Now the second most important thing is your riding jacket. I think this is the one that most of you all will be fascinated to buy. Yes, this is very important, and I'll tell you how I chose this particular jacket. So this is an LS2 brand, but there are so many other brands which are very popular and available in almost all the stores. One is like you can find Aspida, Rhinox, Biking Brotherhood. I mean, there are so many. At the same time, you need to go and try out that particular jacket. So there's nothing that you should just buy it online just by looking at the size of the jacket. I'll tell you my experience. I had gone to a store where this jacket was there, but it was in a different color with the red stripes and all that, but I wanted the black one. But I wore this, I felt comfortable, really comfortable with this. At the same time, there were also other brands like Rhinox, Aspida, so I tried wearing them. So nothing just fitted me as snugly as this, but they are using Rhinox, my friends are using Biking Brotherhood. So it completely depends on you how your jacket fits your particular body. So what I'm talking about, the fit is it should fit snugly and the jacket should fall right up to your hip level. And when you pull it up, it should come almost up to the neck. And when you try to snap it, your neck should not be jammed. Okay, what I'm saying is you might have to turn your head very frequently while riding bikes, and make sure you wear all the different jackets and find out which one is really good for you. So this is about the fit. What else do you expect in a jacket? So this is actually an all seasons jacket. This is for all weathers. You have a rain coating here. So this is not made of nylon. This is made of polyurethane, which is a much lighter material and you will not feel that hot or warm inside compared to a nylon material. This is much more ventilated than a nylon material. At the same time, the zippers that you use in your jacket should not be the ordinary zippers. They are the YKK zippers, which means they are tightly bound like this. So you do not have any gap and rainwater does not seep in. Even through this small space, rainwater can seep in. The next important thing is look for adequate ventilations on your jacket. Okay, so I have a lot of mesh ventilations around here and at the back also. So inside these ventilations is my protective layer, so it's not going to get wet inside. So you must have adequate ventilations when you're riding so that air flow is adequate. And now the most important thing that you'll be looking in your jacket is your armor. Okay, you need to have armor around your elbow. At the same time, you need to have armor around your back. So make sure these are proper certified armor. At least a level 2 or a level 3 armor is required. And the last of all these is the kind of material of the jacket that you choose. I chose a fabric, that is a textile jacket. You also have the leather jacket, which is also equally good. The only thing is about the maintenance of the leather jacket. You cannot wash it. So when you look for a jacket, look for the correct material that you want. Look if it is fitting you in the correct way, whether you are comfortable wearing it. Third thing, look for the armor that's present in the jacket. The fourth thing, look for the proper rainproof materials that is available. And the fifth thing, it should look stylish. Now the third important thing that you'll be looking to get is your gloves. Okay, I'll tell you what, this is very important. Choosing the right gloves for you can be really tricky, because many people buy gloves just for style and for a low price. I'll tell you, it is not worth getting a gloves just for style or for a low price. A gloves should have proper protection. So this is the Aspida Pegasus gloves that I have. So it covers right up to my wrist. I'll tell you what are the protections that I have on the gloves. When I first bought these gloves, I felt a bit weird wearing these gloves. But I'll tell you, it has been almost 3 years that I'm using these gloves now, and this gloves is just like exactly fitting into my hands, because the material is all leather. It is just accommodated to my hands itself. So it is like just perfectly designed for me. So this is a proper leather gloves from Aspida. This is Pegasus brand, and I'll tell you what are the advantages of any proper branded glove. I have protections around my thinner areas, that is around my palm, and in the handlebar area where I hold, this is made of a nice fabric and it is ventilated. All the fingers are around leather, and around the knuckle area there are some proper protection which can help you glide rather than have an impact. So this is all very useful. At the same time, I have adequate ventilation over here. So this area is for ventilation. And the finger that takes the maximum impact is usually your little finger. And they have provided some good amount of protection on the little finger here. It is not just useful if you find a local or a cheap glove which has some paddings here and there. Everything should be aesthetically designed to suit that particular hand, and only then it offers you the maximum protection it can. The fourth most important thing is your protection for your legs. So you might be confused as to whether you should get individual protective gear for your knees and your shin, or you must get a proper riding pant. That choice actually absolutely depends upon you completely, because I started doing my initial rides just with these. I did not have any riding pants. So this is the Crampster knee guard. It is quite a long one, you can see that, and it's got ample protection. It protects right from above my knee and until my shin, and below this area comes my boots. So I have like actually a good protection. So when you look at these knee guards, I'll tell you how sturdy they are. They are not quite heavy, they're lightweight, at the same time they're quite sturdy. This is very strong. Even you can hit this with a cricket bat and nothing is going to happen with this. And inside is nice thick fabric with adequate ventilation which can absorb sweat, and at the same time it can dry out very fast. If you put it on in the evening, within a few hours it will completely dry out. And this is going to strap around your leg completely tightly and snugly so that it never falls loose. So this is exactly how it is going to look when you completely wear your knee guards. So it is actually protecting right from above my knee and up to my shin, and from that level I would be having my boots. So it is going to offer complete protection, and it's going to be much more comfortable if you try to walk also. There's not going to be much of an issue. So this one, what I have, is very comfortable. I can walk, I can run with this. There is absolutely no issues. I don't feel that it is heavy at all. But then if you're not a great fan of these individual knee guards, you might be looking that you should buy some riding pants, complete riding pants. Yes, it's a good choice, but at the same time you look at the right brand, your right fit. Because I tried out Rhinox pants, Rhinox pants were quite tight for me here and there, and then I had to try out various other pants, and finally I settled down with one of the Aspida pants. That's quite comfortable for me. So it should be snugly fitting, at the same time it should have your necessary armor, and when you sit on the bike it should be much more comfortable for you. I'll tell you what, these pants are quite heavy, but when I wear it, when I'm moving, I don't feel that weight at all. It feels much comfortable when I'm fully geared up overall. So I've just got my riding pants on. So I'll tell you what, this pant was quite heavy when I took it in my hand. At the same time I'm wearing it now, it's all fit in tightly, just like how you have a loose pant or a heavy jeans pant, you wear a belt, you feel comfortable. So when I've just tightly fit in everything that I'm supposed to, click it here and there and make the straps tight, I actually don't feel it heavy at all. But obviously if I'm going to stand like this for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to sweat because these things are very heavy. But when I'm on the move, when I'm riding, I'll not know that I'm sweating at all. And obviously it's recommended that you do not wear any cotton stuff as your inner t-shirts or your pants or anything. At the same time, you think of wearing something inside which can evaporate your sweat. There are a lot of materials on that, but there is an option where you can have the same brand of your jacket and your pants, and you can zip your pants along with to your jacket. So that will be much more easy, and when you go on rides, your jacket is not going to lift up from behind and not expose your t-shirt or your back outside. So if it is zipped, it is going to offer some more extra layer of safety for you. The fifth and the last important thing among your safety gears is your shoes. It is preferable that you get a proper riding boots, but it takes time for you to get used to it and get adjusted to it. The boots are definitely going to be tight on your legs. So always, if your shoe size is around 8, look for the next size of boots, and most importantly, always wear them and see if it is more comfortable for you and then get them. I actually tried a lot of boots, but initially not comfortable with many of the boots, but then I wanted to get something that is equally efficient. So I just went online and I just got these shoes. This is actually Roadster shoes. The main thing that I'm supposed to look in a boot is I'm supposed to have protection till my ankle, but obviously this is not going to offer all the protection that I'm getting in a proper riding boots, but it serves the purpose. The main thing is you need to have it thick in the toes so that your toes are protected. So this one is very hard here and the toes are protected. At the same time, your ankle needs to be protected. This is very hard here and my ankle is protected. At the same time, just until my riding pants or where my ankle guard can go in, the boots fit there. So this is quite useful for me and I'm very comfortable with this. So after getting this, I have not thought about getting any other boots, but obviously the proper riding boots is going to give you more protection than these boots. So even if you want to select one of these boots, you have to look for certain things. One is the toe should be very hard and the heel area and the ankle area should be very hard. The most important is this line here. So you have a lot of boots where the bottom comes out like this flat and then the boot comes. So that might get a bit problematic for you. So it's actually better if you have it flat, because if it is like a box type or something, it can get tangled to your gear or your brakes whenever you're trying to apply. So it's better you have it flat. So that's it guys, these are the top 5 important riding gear that you must have before going for a ride. If you want many more videos of this type, please do let me know in the comment section below, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you for watching.